Hey everyone, FB here to bring you a cast of the first race in the BA Championship F1 GP 2015. This event is hosted by the Black Angel team, and every race will take place on the Wednesday after the real F1 GP and always at 9:30 PM CET. They will last for about 45 minutes and pit stops will be necessary to refill your fuel during the race. Lastly, if you want to participate in the races, then you'll have to download the Stadium F1 title pack. No sign up is needed though, you just have to get on the server before you start to be able to play. And we are soon going to start this first race. The season will of course last just as long as the normal F1 season, so it's going to end in November this year, so it's going to be a very long season. And the first race will, just like in the real F1 season, be on the Australian GP. And these tracks are quite special as they are all custom made to try and replicate the real tracks as much as possible. And as you can see, they are quite well made, and we'll follow a player here, Acer Beppo, who will participate in the first race just to see some of the work that's been done on these tracks. A lot of custom objects, as you can see here, and definitely a lot of work has been put in to make these tracks as authentic as possible. Alright, so about 1 minute left to go, and then we will start this first race. It's gonna be 50 laps, so the race will take about maybe like 55 minutes to 1 hour, I would guess, because the lap record is 104.28 by MD Key, so it's gonna be about around 1 hour in length. Of course, the pit stops will play an important role, just like in the real F1 races. You have to make sure that you enter the pit stops in good times, basically. So don't want to do it too early, don't want to do it too late either, of course. I believe you will get penalized if you enter it too late. But anyways, we are starting, I think, at least. I get some information here that the actual circuit is called Albert Park. I do want to say that I'm not really a I don't really watch Formula 1. I used to watch it when I was just a kid, but then eventually I stopped watching it, so I don't really know too much about Formula 1, but I guess I'll try to learn. Alright, so we are going to do a warm-up here of about 1 minute 30 seconds, and then we'll start the race. We have, let's see how many players we have that will participate. 16 players it looks like. And also one important thing to mention about this event is that you can do the drifting and the wall bounces, basically any sort of technique in stadium. Those are allowed, so it's not there are other events in stadium where you don't you're not allowed to do those techs, but in this event you are allowed to do that. And you can also like cut part of the road and like take small shortcuts and stuff like that, so it's still kind of stadium, even though it's also trying to replicate the Formula 1. Alright, so that's gonna be soon the end of the warm-up. 30 seconds left to go. Also, there's a point system for the players. First place will get 35 points, second place 29, third place 24, fourth place 20, fifth place 17, sixth place 15, seventh place 14 points, eighth place 13, ninth place 12, 10th place 11, and so on and so on. So it's, from what I understand, not exactly the same point system as in the real F1 season, but at least similar, I think. Alright, so that's gonna be it. Good luck, have fun to all the players participating in the first race. It's Australian GP. Albert Park is the name of the course. And here we go. And let's follow Sopra La Cavala, which is the defending champion, I believe. I think, correct me if I'm wrong in the comments, but I believe he did win last year's season. So let's follow him through the first lap, as he will take the lead as well. So good start for Sopra. Rossi Remix with a good drift there will pass and go up in the lead. You can see to the right. Oh, huge crash from Sopra. He's gonna lose a ton of positions with that. See here, he drops down to oh wow, he's dropping down to 12th place even. So that was a huge crash from Sopra. Not the start he wanted. That was, as I was going to say before he crashed, to the right of him you can see the fuel widget. It's actually covered by the position, which is kind of unfortunate, but you can see at least some part of it, and the fuel is slowly getting lowered, and eventually when it's starting to get into the red area, that's when you want to go into the pit stop. So Sopra now up to 9th place, will pass a couple of players over the stretch. Let's see who's in the lead. It is still Remix, who plays for Lioncast. Then we got Morris A9 at 2nd place, participates in a lot of different events, not just in Stadium, but in pretty much all the Trackmania environments. And we also see Key up in the top. He will pass Morris A9 and go up to 2nd place. But yeah, a lot of, at least on this track, the roads are very narrow, so it can be kind of hard to get those drifts going. So I think no drifts, we might see some no drifts happening. Oh, Key will crash. That will give Morris A9 his 2nd place once again. And Remix now with a lead of 4 seconds over Morris A9. So Remix is doing good here in the start. We got Edster driving. Edster, who plays in a lot of Formula 1 events. This one, and then also in the Ultimate F1 Racing, which is another F1 type of tournament in Stadium. And that one, I believe you are not allowed to drift. So he is currently at 4th place, behind Mars A9, Key, and Remix. Then we got Chuck for Black Angel team themselves from Italy. Oh, and will pass Edster and go up to 4th place. Sopra now up to 6th place. Oh, we'll pass Edster as well, so now up to 5th place even. Yeah, that crash was really unfortunate. He lost so much with it. And Edster will pass him again here in the next turn. Ooh, Chuck! What happened to Chuck there? He stood still for a moment. Not sure. Might have hit the wall. We also got Losco driving, another player from the Black Angel team, the organizers of this event. Beppel, or Team Acer, my teammate, is playing, currently at 8th place. I think he got a pretty good time here in time attack on this track, but seems to have not had a good start to the race. See if he can come back. Of course, there's still a long way to go. 50 laps. Let's see if I can see the lap amount somewhere. That would definitely help. I only see that it says it's gonna be 50 laps, but I don't see which lap they are currently in. So that's kind of unfortunate. It would really help if I could see which lap they are currently in. Oh, Peppo with a huge flip, and we see a penalty message coming up here. I think you're supposed to ignore that. That's something with the pit stop if you have too much speed or something like that. I'm not sure exactly, but I think you're just supposed to ignore that message. But yeah, Beppel of course losing a lot of time with that. Yeah, it seems like there's no place where you can actually see the which lap they are in. Okay, so Beppo is entering the pit stop, so perhaps he, because of that crash, he was forced to get into the pit stop, and as you can see, the pit stop got a pretty cool animation. Very authentic. So Beppo now with a full gas tank, and will continue the race, but he is down to 12th place with Lorino and MC Robert in front. MC Robert, who I believe is the maker of if not all, then at least most of these tracks, and perhaps even the title pack itself. I definitely recommend checking out this title pack though, it's really cool. So it's called the Stadium F1 title pack. Just go into the Mania Planet store and you should see it pretty quickly. It's definitely worth a download. Alright, in the top we got Marseille 9 now in the lead. Remix has dropped down to 4th place, so, and Sopra is up to 2nd now. Yeah, if Sopra had not crashed, then he most certainly would have been in the lead right now, because he's only 2 seconds behind Marseille 9. Edster is on the podium as well at 3rd place. And you can see here he is soon also needing to go into the pit stop, so let's follow him as he, I assume, will enter that pit stop the next chance he got. But yeah, a bit unfortunate here that I don't know which lap they are on. Yeah, that's gonna make it tricky to actually know what's going on. Especially you would want to know which lap is the last one, so that you can like concentrate on that a bit in casting. But oh well. Oh yeah, also I'm not streaming this race. That's because Twitch was unfortunately down as I was trying to start the stream, so that's why I'm just recording this and uploading directly to YouTube. And I think Edster actually skipped the pit stop, so I guess he is confident he can do another lap here without entering the pit stop. I wonder if anyone else did. I guess not. No, Marseille 9 didn't do it either, so they might know that they will actually be able to do one more lap before entering the pit stop. Alright, I think we might be into like lap 5 or 6 or something like that, hard to say. The players might actually see which lap they are into. Wouldn't be surprised if that's the case, but yeah, I can't unfortunately see that. Yeah, Marseille 9 will enter the pit stop now, so good timing. So you see this animation once again. It's quite loud. It's louder than the rest of the game. And Marseille 9, I think, did a pretty good pit stop there. I think you can actually like start driving the car like before the animation is over or something like that. It kind of looked like that's what Marseille 9 did, so you could save a couple of seconds with that by the looks of it. So anyways, Marseille 9 still in the lead. I assume Sopra also entered the pit stop. Yes, he did, and everyone else also, of course. Remix now at 3rd place, passing Edster, perhaps with a better pit stop, who knows. Losco now at 5th place. Then we got Key down to 6th. Had a pretty good start to the race. Shak is at 7th. Beppo still at 8th. We got Massa for F1 team, and this is not the perhaps more known Massa from Germany, who plays or used to play for Team Dignitas, now plays for Euronics, of course, but no, this is another Massa from France for the F1 team, who I believe also hosts a F1 type of event. I could be wrong, but I think they host the Open F1 race. So there's like 3 main F1 type of events in Stadium. It's this, it's the Open F1 race, and it's the Ultimate F1 racing. So Massa is at 9th, we got Lorino, his teammate, at 10th. The next up is Kramer at 11th place. MC Robert is at 12th. Lars at 13th. Salvo 55 at 14th. We got okay, not the next player is not driving anymore. That yeah, okay, so I believe yes, Salvo 55 is the last player, so we got 14 players still driving in the race. As you see, Key overlapping Salvo 55. Mars A9 still in the lead, and he is about let's see here if I can figure out how far ahead he is. Oh, he's only about 1 second ahead of... No, wait. Oh, Remix... No, wait. Okay, they are at different checkpoints. Let's see here. I think Mars A9 is about 5 seconds ahead of Remix, who's now at second place, past Sopra. Drop down to third place. So yeah, no idea which lap we are into right now, but perhaps soon closing in on about 10 laps. It's gonna be 50 laps. It's still a very long way to go. Actually, it probably have been more than 10 laps. Yeah, I think there might have been more than 10 laps by now. You can see here how close Sopra is to Remix. It's not much. That differentiate the two players. See if Sopra can get any closer. Let's actually spectate in camera 3 to make it perhaps even more authentic. You can see here Sopra going a bit wider through certain turns and driving over the grass. Of course, that would not be faster in the real F1, but in the game it is. Sopra lagging a bit there. Oh, who's that? It's Edster, who will pass Sopra, doing that turn much better, and exited the turn with more speed. Oh, what? Sopra's gonna hit the wall and go down, go out in the sand. That's gonna cost him a lot. Yeah, for a lot of these tracks, you have a lot of long stretches, so it's very important to exit the turns with as much speed as you can. That's gonna save you a lot of time in the long run. And that's what Edster did, and then Sopra crashed just before a stretch, which is not what you want whatsoever. So Sopra now gonna be quite far behind Edster at third place, and Edster himself is I think quite far behind Remix as we enter a new lap. It's just gonna overlap MC Robert and soon also Massa. Here's Remix. Cannot see Marseille 9 in front of him, so Marseille 9 is kind of running away with the win right now. Oh, actually, you can actually see the time difference to the left. I completely missed that. So yeah, the Remix is 11 seconds behind Mars A9. So yeah, that's gonna help a lot. Yeah, Remix 11 seconds behind Mars A9. That is already quite a lot. You see, oh, that's a big crash from Remix, and just before the long stretch here in the end. So that's gonna cost him a couple of seconds at least. See if we can. No, Mars A9 is now more than 2 checkpoints ahead of Remix, so it's hard to say how far behind he is exactly. It looks like Edster is 6.5 seconds behind Remix, and then Sopra is 3.5 seconds behind Edster. So already quite big differences between the players in the top. Not really any close battles. Here's the current leader, Marius 89. No stranger to endurance races. Of course, I myself host a weekly endurance race, and Mars A9 has been on the podium many times in that event. So it always does well in these type of endurance races. So now Mars A9 gets the warning for refueling message, so he's gonna enter the pit stop momentarily. Perhaps not on this lap though. Might do another lap. We'll just have to wait and see.
Return immediately to the pits.
Let's get that fancy English voice over. Actually kind of like that. A couple of turns from Mars A9. Kept his speed in an awesome way. So I'm gonna overlap a couple of players, Lars and then also Okin. And now we will enter the pit stop. As we get these animations once again. And then, yeah, he already started his engine as the animation was going, so that's definitely a key to saving a couple of seconds. And he's back to driving. Remix still at second place, and Edster still at third. Sopra might have gotten a bit closer, but not that close yet. Here's Chuck leaving the pit stop as well. Losco has not entered it, will not enter it now either, has ordered enough fuel to go through a couple of more laps. Beppo is up to 7th place and just behind Losco, so might get one more position here. Let's see if he can pass Losco. So let's continue to follow him. Ooh, yeah. Oh, almost. Oh, we'll lose some speed. I think by hitting the red bumps on the side of the road. Not sure what the official name for those are. I'm sure there is a name for it. But Beppo will lose some speed because of it. Otherwise, he probably would have passed Losco and gone up to a 6th position. Losco with a huge crash. Into the sand he goes and down to 7th place. Beppo now up to 6th. Those, okay, now he entered a new checkpoint. So now Beppo up to 6th place, but one checkpoint behind Chuck. Here's Kramer currently in the pit stop, and he started accelerating much later than Mars A9, so we could have done that earlier and saved probably 1 second at least. We got MC Robert at 9th place, Lars at 10th. Massa has quit and so has Key. Salvo 55 though is still driving, so he's gonna go up to 11th place. Lorena has also quit. Okin, I think Okin might have joined the race late actually. I'm not sure, but I think so. So it looks like the server does not have a password. So yeah, not that many players driving. But Mars A9 is driving though, and is in the lead, and with quite a lot. Let's see if I can figure out. Okay, he's only 8 seconds ahead of Remix now, so he must have crashed or made some sort of mistake for Remix to gain that many seconds. So it's still up in the air who's gonna win the race. Not again, I keep repeating, but I don't know which lap we're into, so it's hard to say. How far into the race we are. I think we are nearing the halfway mark, since I've been recording this for about 25 minutes. There's still a couple of laps left to go, I think, before the halfway mark though, but right now Mars A9 is our winner. Then Remix will take 2nd and Idster 3rd. Sopra, let's see here. how far behind he is of Edster. He's he's 9 seconds behind Edster now. He's lost some additional time. Was much closer than him last time I spectated him, I believe. Oh, okay. Now he might have gotten way closer here. No, okay, the name tag was tricking me. Or maybe it wasn't. No, it wasn't actually. So Edster might have crashed. Yeah, I think he might have. So now Sopra looks to be much closer to him all of a sudden. Yeah, he definitely is only about 1 turn behind. Half a second or so. So let's follow Sopra. See if he can go up to 3rd place. Edster losing a lot of speed over the stretch. And Sopra will take over the 3rd position. Oh, and then he drives over the bump and loses all his speed, just like Beppo did earlier, and Edster is back to 3rd place again. Yeah, you gotta be careful driving over these bumps. They seem to be pretty dangerous, especially in this game stadium, as you all know. Quite common that you will get these kind of slowdowns by just driving over the normal borders, so-called Ramsteins. And I guess these are kind of like Ramsteins. So yeah, we have a close battle here between Edster and Sopra, so I kind of want to focus on that. And now Sopra is gonna take over that 3rd place again. Back and forth between these 2 players. And I think they've been playing against each other many times before in various Formula 1 races. So this is nothing new. Oh, and there we go. Edster passing again. Building up much more speed as he entered the stretch. See if anything has changed between Marseille 9 and Remix in the top. Actually, Remix has lost about 1.5 seconds, so he's now 9.5 seconds behind Marseille 9 in the lead. Edster and Sopra about to enter the next lap. And Sopra is back to 3rd place. Let's see if there's any other close races here. Not really, as top 7 are actually kind of far ahead of everyone else by the looks of it. It's a huge difference between Beppo and Kramer at 7th and 8th place. Beppo might, if he keeps up his performance, then he might gain a couple of more positions. He's 2 checkpoints behind Losco at this point though, so it's gonna be tough for sure. But I think a lot of it is just to avoid the biggest mistakes. So he's gonna overlap MC Robert soon, entering the next lap. We've been playing about 23 minutes of this race, 50 laps will be played on. Ooh, and Beppo clipping the wall to the left. I'd say that's a good place to crash, if you can say that, but I guess it could have been worse. Of course, the track is Albert Park, the Australian GP. The real race was played on Sunday, and then we have this VA Championship F1 GP race taking place on Wednesday, and that's gonna be the case for all the upcoming races. So every Wednesday after a real F1 race, this race will take place, and no registration is needed. You just have to download the Stadium F1 title pack and join the server as well, and that's all you need to do. And it's going to start 9:30 p.m. CET in the evening. Actually, not sure why it's a bit later than one would assume an event would take place. I heard there's something about some culture thing, perhaps with Italy. I'm not sure, that they are used to playing a bit later or something like that. Who knows? Alright, so Beppo is actually getting real close to Losco all of a sudden as he hits the wall. So he might gain another position momentarily and go up. Actually, he was at 6th place now that I think about it. I think he was at 6th place. He must have dropped down to 7th again. And now he could regain that position once more. Yeah, looks to be the case. And here we go. That might... Nope, he's gonna lose the speed over the bump. It's very... I guess you want to avoid driving over that as much as possible. So they are going to enter the next lap here. No idea which lap it is, but we are about halfway through this race now. Ooh, okay, and that might be it. Yes, nice strat there from Beppo, although Losco with more speed back at 6th place again. See Kramer in front of them. He's at 8th place, but he's 1 lap behind them. Oh, and here comes Marius A9, who's 1 lap ahead of Losco and Beppo. Crazy, crazy stuff here. 4 players really close to each other, all overlapping Kramer. Marius A9 overlapping Beppo and Losco. Ooh, great turn from Beppo, showing that he can drive very fast as well. But Marius A9, it's no slouch either. Of course, is the current leader. No, it's not. Remix in the lead. What the hell? Remix all of a sudden in the lead. Might have happened quite some time ago actually, because I wasn't paying attention to the widget. So not sure when exactly Remix took over this 1st place. But he is at 1st place. Let's see how far ahead he is. Ooh, he's 10 seconds ahead of Marius A9. Marius A9 might have respawned even. That's... I cannot really explain that kind of time loss besides saying that he respawned somewhere. Or maybe he ran out of fuel. Who knows? So Remix, the new leader of the race. Marius A9 drops down to 2nd place, and then Sopra is at 3rd. See if it's still really close between him and Esther. Well, it's fairly close at least. Oh, whoa! Whoa, 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 whoa! Sopra straight into the wall. That's gonna cost him a ton of time. And Marius A9, oh, Esther, I mean, now is having this 3rd place, no problem. It's gonna be far ahead of Sopra. And I wonder actually if Shuck is getting closer to Sopra now. He might actually, as he's overlapping Shopkeeper. Okay, Shopkeeper just started playing. He might not have known that the race officially started a while ago. So I guess we're just ignoring him. So yeah, Shuck might get closer to Sopra without... Well, he definitely is. That was a huge crash from Sopra. It's gonna lose, I want to say up to 5 seconds at least, at minimum at 5 seconds. So that was a costly mistake by Sopra. Yeah, it's actually pretty close between Marius A9 and Remix. All things considered, I mean, I was not too long ago I was saying that Marius A9 had this in the bag, but now he's at 2nd place. But I think he could come back. Yeah, he's 6.5 seconds behind now. So it seems like the players are having trouble staying consistent on this track. So it seems to actually be pretty tricky, and I think that makes sense. So there's a lot of narrow turns. It's hard to get the drift working as you want it to always, and also like driving over these red bumps often will lose you speed. So yeah, a lot can still happen. That is for sure. Now Marius A9 back to 9 seconds behind. Not sure what happened. Beppo writes in the chat, RIP, rest in peace. Has he? Yes, he has stopped playing. Not sure if he gave up or what, but Beppo is not playing anymore. So Losko is gonna keep that 6th place, and he is 4 checkpoints behind Chuck, so not sure if he can gain any more positions. Yeah, Beppo is now down to 8th place. Kramer is also in front, and he's gonna continue to lose. Our Beppo is gonna continue to lose positions. We see Edster overlapping Lars and Kramer in one turn. Yeah, no, I think I'm just gonna focus mostly on the top here. Remix and Marius A9 have a pretty close battle, relatively at least, and then Edster and Sopra also relatively close to each other. We are 30 minutes into the race, and it's gonna be about 30 minutes more before it ends. 50 laps. I wonder if I can check the local record. Yes, I can. So we do see the best time is by Key, 104.20. Then Remix at 2nd, Marius A9 3rd. Those 3 players under 105. Of course, Key stopped playing a while ago. It's a bit unfortunate though that you can't see the best lap during the race. That would also be cool statistics to know. But who knows, maybe they will implement such a feature. Sopra soon needing to go into the pit stop. It's gonna be in the next lap, which he enters now.
Return immediately to the pits.
As we hear the voice tell him. Marius A9 less than 9 seconds behind Remix now, as he will enter the pit stop, and see Remix is in the pit stop right now and leaving it right now. So there's Remix, and here's Marius A9. Might do the pit stop better than Remix. We'll see if he gained anything. Yes, he did actually. He's now 6 seconds and 75 hundredths behind Remix. So I think Marius A9 might have figured out the pit stop better than anyone else. He figured out that you can actually start accelerating in the middle of the animation, and that seems to gain him a couple of seconds every time. So we do have a fairly close battle between Marius A9 and Remix for 1st place. And then let's see here how far ahead Edster is of Sopra now. He is less than 1 second. Alright, let's see if Sopra can get closer. Continues to be really close between these 2 players as well. Then Chuck is only 2 checkpoints behind, so there is still a chance that Chuck can get on the podium. Losko though is probably too far behind, and then Kramer definitely is too far behind. So is MC Robert, Lars, and whoever is still driving. Those might actually be the only ones. Yeah, we got 9 players still driving in the race. And Sopra's gonna crash again as he enters the pit stop.
Now for a stop.
Could have been worse, but that definitely cost him. Edster leaving the pit stop. Or maybe he had entered it earlier, not sure. But he is keeping that 3rd place. So in the top, it's now about the same. Actually, Marius A9 losing some time on Remix. Not too much. Still come back. Here's Remix entering the next lap. Gonna overlap Lars. is on his way to win this first race and get 35 points in the ranking. See if he will make any sort of mistakes in this lap. So far looks good. Oh, might have hit the wall a bit there, but not a huge disaster. And here we go, entering the next lap. So that was a pretty good lap from Remix. Yeah, he extends his lead even more now. He's almost 9 seconds ahead of Mario9 again. So it seems like Mario9 is only gaining time on Remix in the pit stops. And of course those aren't happening that often. It's now 2 checkpoints ahead of Sopra. Alright, Shuck looks to be pretty close to Sopra though. They are... Let's see here. Just waiting on the checkpoint to update. Shuck is 10 seconds behind Sopra, so it's still quite a lot of seconds between them. I wonder if you run out of fuel, you can't actually continue the race, and maybe that's what happened to Beppo. Because he writes here to a player, why is my screen black? And because no gas, so it's possible that might have happened to Beppo, who knows? It's actually pretty close between MC Robert and Kramer. Yeah, it's very close. This is the closest battle of the race. Look at this. And ooh, Kramer was about to overtake MC Robert there, but then hit that bump and lost all his speed. They are probably a couple of laps behind the... Oh, MC Robert with a flip, and he respawns. MC Robert respawning, so that means Kramer is up to 7th place. For now at least. 10 checkpoints behind Losco at 6th place, who is in turn 3 checkpoints behind Shuck at 5th, who is fairly close to Sopra. We see Remix overlapping Shuck recently. Remix in the lead still. See if there's been any difference. Oh, Remix now 2 checkpoints ahead of Mario9 for a moment, so no, actually they are about the same. 8.5 seconds now is Mario9 behind, so it seems like the trend is that Mario9 is losing time on Remix and only gaining on him when entering the pit stop, which I guess we are closing in on. Yeah, Mario9 will soon enter the pit stop. Probably not in this lap, but maybe in the next one. Yeah, probably can do one more lap after this. Did gain 1 second on Remix, down to 7.5. Good turn, and yes, we'll skip the pit stop and we'll enter it the next lap instead. And if he does it as good as he's been doing it, then he will gain I would say at least 2 seconds on Remix. It's under 7 seconds behind now, so there's still a chance for Remix to lose his first place. I actually want to follow Remix and see how he does the pit stop first, and then immediately afterwards
return immediately to the pits.
Switch to Mario9. So coming up to the pit stop very soon is Remix. using his horn very frequently. Alright, here we go. Remix entering the pit stop. See how he does it. By now, Marseille 9 has probably already started accelerating. And yeah, Remix definitely does it later. Here comes Marseille 9. And he's gonna be way closer now, I think. Yeah, look at that. That's a huge difference. Marseille 9 is almost out of the pit stop as the animation ends. Remix still had a couple seconds before leaving the pit stop. So that definitely makes a difference. And now Marseille 9 is 4.5 seconds behind. So he did gain about 2 or 3 seconds with that. So that is definitely an important factor. See if Edster is in the pit stop as well. Let's see how he does it. Oh, he actually waits a lot. Yeah, he's losing a couple of seconds with that. And then Sopra, did not enter the pit stop, so he gains a lot on Edster. Of course, he will have to do the refill, the pit stop the next lap, so he's gonna be behind Edster again. So let's just focus on this battle for first place now between Marseille 9 and Remix. That seems to be the most interesting. With Marseille 9 having a better strategy in the pit stop. See Chuck leaving the pit stop. Still at 5th position. Remix cannot feel safe about keeping this first place. Let's go into camera 3 again. First person view. Oh, Chuck is driving good. He's keeping up with Marseille 9, staying in front of him. Good stuff here from Chuck, and then he made a flip, perhaps went out in the sand. I think that might have been because of a no drift. That turn seems especially hard to do well. Marseille 9 now losing again on Remix, is 6 seconds behind. So you can't only rely on the pit stops to catch up to Remix. You will also have to try and drive fast, because of course the majority of the race is not spent in the pit stops. 7 seconds behind now. Marseille 9 losing time for each checkpoint. Remix is just driving faster, taking bigger risks, and so far it's paying off in a great way. We are 43 minutes into the race. Might be maybe 15 or so laps left to go. 15 or 20. Great turns from Remix. Might be a good time. Oh, yeah, this is probably a good time because it's now 7 seconds, over 7 seconds ahead of Marseille 9. So Remix driving well at first place. Marseille 9 gaining time on him, but only in the pit stops, is at 2nd place. Then we got Edster at 3rd. He's a bit in no man's land right now. He's far behind Marseille 9, and then quite far ahead of Sopra. It's still possible for Sopra to get on the podium again, but it definitely will be an uphill battle for him. He's right now at 4th, ahead of Chuck with one checkpoint. Let's see if oh, now it's 2 checkpoints ahead of Chuck, so I guess Chuck have not really gained anything on Sopra. And then we got the next Black Angel team member, Losco, at 6th, followed by MC Robert, also from Black Angel team and the creator of this track, and also I believe of the title pack itself.
Return immediately to the pits.
We will have to enter the pit stop the next lap. Kramer is 8th, and then Lars is at 9th, and Lars is the last player driving. Beppo. Oh no, Salvo 55 is still driving as well. Although I think he might have rejoined the server. I could be wrong, because he only got 38 checkpoints, so not sure about that. I guess you could say that he is currently the last player. No one else seems to be driving. No. Alright, soon going to be another pit stop. Not in this lap, probably not in the next one either, but then the lap after, RC9 will gain 2 seconds, or maybe 3. Yeah, still about 7 seconds behind, so he didn't really lose that much on this lap, so a good lap from RC9. Lars gaining a 9th local record with a time of 1 minute 10 seconds and 74 hundredths. Not too bad. Let's follow Remix for a lap. Ooh, he's about to overlap Sopra. Interesting. Sopra is at 4th place. Continues to use the horn. He might actually have it binded to his analog stick or something like that. I would not, wouldn't be surprised, because he's using it very often. Don't really have to do it even. So, not sure what's up with that. Ooh, MRSA9 now 5.5 seconds behind Remix. So if he keeps that, keeps the same distance, and then does a better pit stop, he's potentially only going to be about 3 seconds or so behind Remix. But this is starting to get really close now. So Remix will now enter the pit stop. As he passed Sopra. And Sopra passing Remix. Alright, here we go. The pit stop for Remix. Does skip some of the animation, but RC9 is definitely skipping more of it. Yeah, although the difference was not as large that time, so perhaps Remix is starting to push the boundaries a bit, like testing out what is actually acceptable to do. So I think he might be figuring it out, because RC9 was definitely not gaining that much. No, he's still 4.5 seconds behind, so Remix now doing the pit stops almost equally as good as MRSA9. The next time he does it, he probably will do it just as fast. So now MRSA9 cannot rely on that anymore if he wants to win this race. He will have to drive faster than Remix or rely on Remix crashing. So we'll see what's gonna happen. We are soon 50 minutes into the race, so we're gonna have 10 or so more laps left to go. There goes MRSA9 entering the next lap. 5.5 seconds by now, lost 1 second on that lap versus Remix. Edster, alright, Edster is only a few tenths ahead of Sopra now, but I think, yes, Edster has already visited the refill, the pit stop and Sopra has not. So once again, this is tricking us a bit. Although if Sopra times it correctly, it might be possible that he can finish the race with having this amount of fuel. So then it could be really close actually. We'll see what will happen. So Sopra will have to enter the pit stop now. I think he will have to enter it at least one or two more times. But yeah, we'll see what will happen with that. Right now though, Esther is having that third place. And Marseille 9 now almost 6 seconds behind Remix, continues to lose time. Remix is keeping it together. Showing off a impressive, consistent performance. It's not made many mistakes. Don't think I've seen a single one. Not any major ones at least. As much thanks to that why he is in the lead. Looks to be another good lap, perhaps a 105, something around that by Remix. Here's Marseille 9 entering the next lap now, and he is now behind with 7 seconds. So Remix gained or extended his lead with an additional second in that lap, so he is driving about 1 second faster than Marseille 9 in each lap. And Marseille 9 can just, he can't afford that, especially not when he can't gain any time in the pit stops anymore. So I don't know what Marseille 9 can do at this point. Only wait for Remix to crash, basically. I guess there is a chance that will happen, especially a respawn would help Marseille 9 substantially. Good turn there from Marseille 9, overlapping Sopra. Still at 4th place, with a chance to take 3rd, but we'll see about that. I feel like I want to follow Remix to see if he will do any mistakes. Not that many laps left to go of the race. I feel like that is most interesting to follow. Ahead now with almost 8 seconds, so the trend continues with him extending his lead with 1 second every lap. As this track figured out. Gonna do 1 or perhaps 2 more laps before visiting the pit stop once again. Marseille 9 gaining a bit on Remix that time, under 7 seconds again. Now Remix closing in on Edster, about to overlap him as well. So I guess after that he only got Marseille 9 left to overlap. Now he's 8 seconds ahead of Marseille 9. So yeah, oh, Marseille 9 visiting the pit stop already. Interesting. He's visiting the pit stop 1 lap earlier than Remix. Huh. Will that make a difference in the end? I don't know. Maybe. Possibly. We'll see. I mean, at this point, that might be Marseille 9's only chance to win the race, so might as well go for it. So now he's going to be quite far behind in the checkpoints, but of course Remix will enter the pit stop now, so we'll see. No, he will not! Okay, he will. Whoa! I think Remix almost missed the pit stop there. That would have been really bad for Remix. And he realized in the last moment that he had to enter the pit stop. So yeah, Marseille 9 now will be back to about 8 seconds behind, I think. Yep, 7 seconds behind now. We'll see if this is gonna make a difference. I mean, probably will not. I don't think so. It's not like in real F1, which where, correct me if I'm wrong, but then the wheels, the quality of the wheels, so like the I don't know how to say it, but like the grip of the wheels plays a really big role, and that's why you wanna change your wheels on occasion, not just refilling your gas, because that's not a factor in this game. Alright, the Mars 89 now 4.5 seconds behind, and he will visit the pit stop again. Or not, he will not. Okay, so that was the last lap. Yes, it was. Okay, so that was the last lap. Yeah, sorry, but I had no clue which lap that was. So Remix is the winner of the race, the first race of the season, the Australian GP. And Marseille 9 will take second place. Nice battle between them. Then we got Edster on his way to finish as well. Will take third place. He's still in front of... oh, and Shuck is actually past Sopra, so Shuck up to fourth place. So yeah, Marseille 9 writes in the chat here that 1 respawn cost me all. Yeah, he was in the lead in the start with quite a lot as well, but then 1 respawn, all it took for Remix to take the lead and then keep it all the way to the end. Alright, Edster with 2 more checkpoints left to go. He's gonna get on the podium this race. Looks like we have a 10-minute timer going for everyone else to finish. So I might as well just see everyone will be able to do so. Edster will, and he will take third. So next up we got Shuck. He is going to take fourth. 3 more checkpoints left to go. Here we go, last turn for Shuck, and then just got the stretch left, and we'll take fourth. Next up is Sopra, the champion of last year's season, if I'm not incorrect. We'll take fifth this time in the first race, but still a long way to go, of course. Losco was next up. That's 6th, far ahead of Kramer, who is up next. So Losco is gonna end at 6th place. Oh, actually, he got 1 more lap left to go. I thought that was the end. So 8 minutes left in the clock now. Losco will have enough time I think everyone who's still driving probably got enough time, considering one lap is only about 1 minute in length, so that should be enough, I think. Alright, so here comes Losco. I guess I should have maybe turned off the HUD a bit, so you see the refill widget at the right there, not anything in its way. Anyways, Losco will take 6th place in the race, and then next up we got Kramer, who will enter the last lap now. Is 4 checkpoints ahead of MC Robert. And then we got Lars, who is 6 checkpoints behind MC Robert. And it looks like Kramer actually got 1 more lap after this still, but with 6 minutes left to go on the clock, should be enough time to finish the race. So will MC Robert, I believe, and also Lars, I hope. Actually might be close with Lars. I think he got a handful of laps left to go, but we'll see. Kramer does not have much gas left in the tank, but does not need any more. Here's the last stretch, and Kramer will take 7th place. So then we got MC Robert next up, who has entered the last lap, I believe. Yes. Only a few more checkpoints needing to pass. Oh, respawn out of the blue. Not sure why that happened. Might have been a mistake. Sometimes you do see these accidental respawns. I've seen them in my own race as well. Anyway, MC Robert will not have to worry about losing any positions, so it doesn't really matter too much. It's gonna crash here as well. Go on the grass a bit, but we've got 1 stretch left to go. Will take 8th place. So then we got Lars, who is the last player driving. Ignore that other player, I think he joined late. Lars is the last player, and that's gonna be it. See if he is on his last lap. Yes, he is. Three checkpoints left to go. To summarize the race, Remix took home the win. Had a really close battle with Marseille 9 for the majority of the race. That was really cool to see. Then we had Edster taking third, ahead of Shak at fourth, Sopra at fifth, Losco at sixth, Kramer at 7th, MC Robert at 8th, and here's Lars taking 9th. So that's gonna be it. Thanks for watching, everyone. See ya.